Hi, welcome to another video on my Arduino Yun. With some electronics on a breadboard and a pulse width modulation controlled motor with propeller and a switch. And motor and propeller and switch are from fischertechnik. Last time I figured out that I needed to use some pulse width modulation after studying some documents and figuring out which should be which, what should be what, and then thinking, okay, let me put all three timing registers to the same frequency and then see what happens. The result was that the motor and propeller worked. And I thought, okay, this is good. Until, for some reason, it all stopped. And not just the motor stopped, but also the monitor didn't do anything decent anymore. So, let me first log in again. Now it says again, console not available. So, what I am now going to do, and this is again as it should be, console not available, because I should have to give in some values, and then, and only then, when I press the switch, the motor should run. Will that happen again? That is the big question, because as yet I am still not sure that this is actually going to give what I like. I still have to measure, and another thing was that I have changed the port or pin, whatever, to output. No, that is not what I want to do. I changed all this according to the document of the pulse modulation. Now the pulse modulation data and the document of the Yun. So after that, and this is a recap. I changed the port to which it would give the output, which is now pin 6 instead of pin 3, I think it was. Anyway, this worked, I thought, and then this went completely berserk. It didn't connect at all, it didn't do anything. So I am not going to change the code now. Well, not at this time. But let's see how this behaves. I am sending them. Well, this works. On the board, the LED starts doing something. I press the switch, and unfortunately now if I press the switch and hit the motor, it would be very nice if it does something, but unfortunately such is not the case. So well, at least the serial monitor is back to what it should be, but I'm still not back to where I was, and that is a pity, more than a pity actually. Let me do some more. Oops, I should put in here. Another thing is, by the way, and that I changed quite a few settings. So let me first do upload this program again and then see how things start. I think that is a very good idea. So upload, compiling, uploading, very good. Writing, yes, thank you. Now I am sure that this program is once again in the Yun. Yes, thank you. It says thank you, so I say thank you. Now I have to restart. Alright, it connects again. So with this input, let's see if it actually does something. So here we are again with a little bit supported motor, switch, and the rest is about the same. So I am going to start, or more appropriately send the characters to the board. Press the switch, and here you can see anyway that data is being dealt with, but what is more important is this doesn't do one thing. So what I'm going to do is once again bring, like I did last time, the 101 back to 001. See what happens then. I'll do this off screen. Then compile, send to the board. And then it says thank you, so I say thank you too. Bringing forward the serial monitor again. And it says again it is connected. So let me, and then I cannot, well, I can put characters in, but what will it do? I send, and it says, and it puts them in a console instead of doing anything, and that is visible. So I close the console, start it again, fill it with the characters again, send, and it doesn't do anything. So this is bad. Let me bring back the 101. Compile and upload again. This is actually not good. So what does the serial monitor do now? You're kidding me. Unable to connect? Is it? This is exactly the same problem as I had last time. Is the sketch using the bridge? Yes, it is, certainly. Alright. Trying again. It is not, yeah, okay, it is letting me putting characters into the serial monitor, but it is not, it does not connect. This is a very big oops, once again. Well, you can see I press the switch, but nothing happens here. This doesn't give, well, fill in the blank. And yes, I was back at the 101. So what's wrong with it? I have no clue. It did something and then it stops. Okay, time for some thinking and trying again. According to some info I found on the web, this message is because it lost connection to the Yun over the internet, because the serial monitor is, or more appropriately, console is using IP, which means internet, and it apparently lost connection with the internet, or with the Yun over internet. So what I want to do, another strange thing is, by the way, that this is 300 baud, and I didn't indeed specify anything else but connection, so this should be sufficient. I am going to disconnect the network cable. And see again whatever happens. It is gone now, which is correct. Connecting it again. And the bad thing is that I do not see the usual connection and data transfer lights. And now it notices them again. So let me hope this simple thing, plugging, unplugging, fixed it. Well, apparently not. Nope. Doesn't do a thing. Okay, anything else I can try? Would be power off and power on of the whole thing. Would not be nice, but I can't think of anything else. Another thing they suggested was to use the serial port, but it has no real serial port, it has only receive and transmit, which also requires a serial connection. And a complete reprogramming of the whole thing, and I am not inclined to do that right now. So yes, what I'm going to try is oh, another thought occurred to me. This is actually a serial connection. What happens when I do this? Probably not much, if anything. The connection is completely void. Alright, future on use. Let's disconnect and connect again and see whatever that means or brings. I have, after quite a while without the Yun being powered it up again. It automatically selected the correct address. The board is selected. Let's get some board info. If it does something like that. Well, apparently not. Alright. Then let's do this again. Well, this is a better idea. Console not available. Then quite some characters again. Alright. Unfortunately, I can't show you on cam right now what it does. But let's see anyway. And well, the transistor circuit shows a very clear light, and that's all it does. So why is this happening? Why is this with, let's say, this value after an upload, or whatever the reason is, goes wrong? I am going to test it with another value. So what I can also do is saying 0, 1, 1, which is actually 3, decimal 3. So will the same ... happen? The same error happen? Let's keep it in that way. Network port can't obtain info. Okay, that's nice to know. It can only obtain info over USB. Well, it is connected to USB, but that's only for power. So, wait, I have to upload it. And I'm very curious what will happen. Alright, it says thank you. I say thank you too. Not available. Well, that's a start. At least something. What happens now? Well, the switch does do something, but it doesn't respond on the switch. It responds on the mocked potmeter, which is actually a resistor. But the motor doesn't do a thing. Let's do it again. But at least with this value it doesn't go berserk. So that's one thing. Let's disable auto scroll. Okay, it says the switch is 1023. I do believe that. Alright. Oh, wait. If I do something else, if I don't do the switch, what does it do? Switch is 1003. Connection sensor is L What if I press the switch? Oh, it's already gone. Pressing the switch, disabling auto scroll, because I want to see what happens. Nothing different. Okay. Time for evaluating the code anyway. What happens and why? I still don't like this. Before I review the code, I want to change the potmeter mockup. Right now it is from just a resistor from power to A0, and I realize you can't see what I'm pointing at. Oh, you've got to be kidding. Look what just happens. Apparently some wire or so, and it runs. So yeah, this is a very nice one, and this is with the digital 1 being decimal 3. I'm not clicking the switch, it just runs. So it does work, most clearly. Now another thing is, I am not even giving in anything into the serial monitor. It just runs. So what is the use of the serial monitor? I can only take a look at it off camera. It just says console not available. What I can do, and I'll skip the change of the potmeter right now, well, the potmeter mockup that is. What I can do now is actually measure the frequency that is being delivered here. So taking the multimeter, let me put it here. I'm setting it to frequency, put it on, and measure here the frequency, and that is 11, well, let's say 10 kilohertz. I hope you can see it. It's around 10 kilohertz. I lose it, alright, yeah, that's really the value I'm measuring. Why does it stop? And it goes. Okay, this is a wiring issue. This actually is a wiring issue. So now I want to go on with this whole thing, because what will happen with the speed if I do change the potmeter mockup? Let me just play with it a bit. Oh, no kidding. There's no change. It just keeps running. Yeah. So then changing the potmeter mockup has no influence at all. Or does it? I can change it anyway and see whatever result it is. So this one is going here, and this one I will put in the same lane, but here. Then another resistor next to it, same lanes, and then this wire connecting the plus to the resistors, and that way I have actually divided the resistance. But actually it's if I'm right, it is divided by half, which I should be able to watch in the serial monitor, but the motor is running, which is actually what counts. But on the other hand, on the other Arduino I can turn around the potmeter and change the frequency, and thus change the speed. And here I notice that nothing is happening with the speed, it just runs. So that's not a question. And I have no answer yet, unfortunately. So while the motor keeps running, the mock-up potmeter has apparently no influence. I still want to see what's going on. So let me just watch what happens. Everything is still the same. 255, 1023. Alright, now I really don't get it. Well, 1023, 255, too much of a coincidence. So analog right, analog pin. Alright, so the sensor value. Do I write the sensor value to some place? If sensor value is 1023, well, apparently it does, because it says output value 1, doesn't it? Let's check again. Output value 1 is 255, and this is output value 1. And where does it say switch? Where does it say switch? Good question. But oh, here. If console connected, switch is, and it says it gives the sensor value, and then the sensor value. So how can it be that the sensor value is still 1023 when I change the value, when I add a resistor to it? That is not making much sense to me. That shouldn't be. It should either increase or decrease, but not stay the same. That is very strange. With one potmeter, I have, as you could see, I have two resistors of exactly the same value next to each other. According to Ohm's law, this decreases the total resistance. Now I don't know what exact the connection is between this value and the total resistance, but this doesn't make sense, as I said. Alright. Enough to find out next time. Thank you for watching. Some weird results, some nice results, and yeah, enough left for next time to find out why and how, I hope. If you like this video and you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. Also, if you don't want to subscribe because of any reason, you can also follow me on Twitter and on Instagram. See also my website for more information. If you like to make a small donation to keep all of this alive, please see my website for information. And this is certainly going to be continued. Bye bye.